Yeah. So if this is working right, then y'all can hear me. And I'm going to be out here taking Bear for a walk because he loves the snow. But I've got, I have a microphone around my neck right now that I got here a few months ago. And I haven't used it much at all, but I am using it today. So we're going to let Bear enjoy the snow a little bit. As you can see, he is not off leash. We don't let him off because he'll just take off. We have 6 cows in the back and we don't need him chasing them, especially since at least a few of them are pregnant. So, Bear, come on. Come on. Let's go. So the last few days, Bear has been sick. He's been having loose stools, really bad diarrhea and stuff. And we think it might be some of the food that we got him, a new feed, same brand, different formula. And so the last couple of days, or at least yesterday, Kelly started feeding him some chicken and rice, some bland diet, and he seems to feel better. And we're waiting until his bowel movements are not quite as runny and they're getting a little more solid. So hopefully it makes a difference. But we smell. What do you smell? Hey, what do you smell? Don't dig. Don't dig. So as you can see, we're getting some snow and it is beautiful right now. It is, I don't know, it's not quite 4, maybe not quite 4 in the afternoon. I've been home since 1:30, 2 o'clock, and we got off early. They came and picked up my folks from work and took them back to campus, and they wanted to make sure everybody got home a decent time instead of having to be at work until the end of the day and then having to get home in it. And so I got to come home and I'm enjoying this. Been hanging out with Bear for the last couple hours in the house, and he's just been pretty chill. So anyway, I'm going to take him back inside, and then I'm going to go out. I'm going to check on the chickens and make sure things are good with them. So, all right, I'll be back, guys. Bear. Okay, so now I'm headed out to take care of the chickens, check them, and see how things are going. So, enjoy all the snow. I mean, it's not a ton. It's a couple inches. That's how much we got. We got a couple inches or so. And what is blinking? I don't know what that is. I don't know, red light blinking that's different looking, but whatever. I know Kelly came out here earlier and I can't see her foot tracks, so that's all right. Hi, girls. Hi, girls. Let's take a look. See how they're doing. Hi, girls. What's up? Mildred. All right, get back in there. Watch it. So the other day, I did a little short and I posted it, and it was basically just getting ready for it being really cold. We had Arctic air come, and the temperatures got really low, like 9-10 degrees. We had wind chills at one point that were 1-2 below zero. And so, hold on a second. There we go. So wind chill that was 1 or 2 below zero, and it was really, really cold. So hold on another second. So one thing I wanted to do, I knew it was going to be frigid. I mean, like, so like not getting above freezing. And so I had I don't have it out here right now, but I had a waterer that plug in, and it's a heated base. And I wanted to get it set up out here. And so I did. I brought it out here, got it set up, cleaned and everything. And whenever I set it, if you see, there's a cinder block down here where the other water is sitting. I set it there. Well, it doesn't set perfectly flat. And so when I set it down there, it just like barely was leaned over. Glug, 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 glug. And water just coming out. Just every time air came in, water would go out. And well, that's not going to work. And so there's really no good way right now to work with that and flatten it out. Plus, it's a pain to work with because you can take it, fill it up at the water faucet. There's a hole in the bottom, a plug, a drain plug. You open that up, fill it, but it's upside down. And then you put that plug back in and flip it back up. And regardless of how you do it, it always has to be upside down to fill it. And then you have to mess with flipping it back upright and then carrying it. Well, I don't like messing with it, especially when it's cold. You don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with flipping it up, and it always runs out. Always, you know, for me, it gets on me, and I don't want to be wet when it's like 8 degrees. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go to Atwoods, and that's our local farm store. So I went to Atwoods and just to see what they had. I thought, well, maybe I've seen the metal water cans that have a base, a heated base that they will sit on. And I thought, well, maybe that will work, and I can use that when it's cold. Then I can just use the metal can when it's not cold. Well, they didn't have what I was looking for, but they did have a little 2-gallon heated waterer, plastic water. Has the nipples on the outside, not a tray or trough or anything like that. And I thought, well, that may work, and so I bought it. And let me show you real quick what it looks like. So that is what it looks like. That is a real simple design, and it's small enough. Now, one thing I like, the fact that lid comes off. How about that? That lid just comes right off, and you can pour water or run water out of a hose right into it. Pops right back on. Like I said, a nipple waterer, and it is perfectly clear. It's thawed out. When it was single digits the other day, perfect. Stayed thawed out. The heater in it worked good. And y'all, I'm happy with it. And so we're going to be running this anytime that it's going to get freezing. I'll show it a little better another time, but I just want to tell you guys, whatever you're using for water, if you're not happy with it, do something else. Try something different. I've seen people use heated dog water bowls. I've seen them use old crock pots, you know, things like that. And some people say, oh, don't do that. And some people are like, well, use whatever you want. And for me, use whatever you want as long as it works and that your chickens are happy with it. And so right now I'm going to get them a good amount of scratch, and it's not, so let's see if you can see it. So it's got some corn, millet, and some other stuff in it. Like 7 or 8 different things, and they really like it. But what they like even more than scratch, something I have shown many times on here, and that is boonworms. So it's black soldier fly larvae, but at Atwood's it's called boonworms. And so I've got this whole thing full. It's about 2/3 scratch and 1/3 boonworms. And look at, a couple of the girls are ready. They are ready for the goodness. So let's give it to them. Y'all ready? Or maybe not. All right, well, shows how much I know. Usually they're right on top of it, but when I said Kelly came out earlier to check for eggs, she did give them some of the boonworms, so maybe they're snacked out, but they will eat it. They will get down here, and once one of them starts, the others will come down too. So anyway, so the other day when it was getting cold, I came out, and one of the things that I was doing, I wanted to work on just making a windbreak for the girls. So give me a second here. Turn you all around. So what I did, I put these pallets, I leaned them up all the way around here on the north and west side. So it breaks the wind from the north, which is this way. Wind usually comes from like this direction. But today with the snow, it's actually coming out of the southeast, this direction, like towards us. So anyway, as far as that goes, not a lot I can do about it, but they can stay in the coop. They'll stay in the coop. They'll stay warm. That's one reason they're not coming out. So, but I am hearing something. I got distracted. I'm hearing something I need to go check on. I think we may have ice or something in our heat pump. So we'll say goodbye to one. Bye, girl. Say goodbye to, hey, say goodbye to the others. Oh, they have laid a couple eggs since Kelly was out here. So let me grab those real quick. Hey, let's go back. Oh, one. Hey. Woof, woof. Thank you. 2. All right, well, hey, y'all go down and eat your goodness. I don't have time to wait for y'all to get down there. So, all right. See y'all later. All right, well, that was fun. Sorry they didn't want to spend much time with you. I wanted them to show how much they appreciated getting some goodness, but sorry. All right, girls, bye. Bye. See y'all. Other couple or girls out there. So, and snow on the roof. It's a good sign. At least we're not losing heat through the attic, because that wouldn't be good. Did y'all know that if snow won't stay on your roof, it's because you're losing your heat through your attic? At least that's what I've been told. Listen, can you hear it? I think it was a piece of ice. Not exactly sure, but all right, well, this is a new heat pump that we got. Last fall? Last fall. Well, more than that, so not quite a year and a half, but maybe August of 23. So I'm ready to go back inside. I'm kind of cold. So what I'm gonna do now, go in here, put those eggs up, count those, and then get some sun on me. Go take care of the eggs. Tonight, because of the weather, we're making chili. So y'all stick around. You can watch me. You can even steal my recipe. I'm gonna make some chili. All right, so I got I'm gonna start with an onion. I got meat in the microwave over here, and it is thawing out, and so I'm gonna go ahead and chop up this onion, because why not? Just chopped up real quick. This isn't a whole bunch of onion, so I got a little bit in the fridge. I think I'm gonna add to it. Just because I can. Trying to make it some smaller pieces here. It's more for the goodness. How many of y'all like cooking with onions? I like the smell of onions when they're cooking. One of my favorite smells in the kitchen. So these are some onions we had cut up for tacos the other day, and I add those to it. So first, I got to get my pot going. So I will left front put it on fry. Put on 5. More than boil, less than fry. And so what I usually use is, can you see it? Olive oil. So it's usually what I use whenever I do cooking. I have, as a whole, we're trying to get away from doing like, was it nut oils or seed oils? Just because, like we have some canola. We've used other stuff through the years, and I think we have come down to, we want to use the healthiest of the oils, and extra virgin olive oil is one of the healthiest. We're still working on that. We're still giving it some thought, figuring that stuff out, but one step at a time, you guys. you make changes, you don't need to make all your changes all at once because it can be overwhelming. But that's one of the things we're doing. Going to the olive oil. So, all right, I'm gonna let that heat up. And I'm gonna throw the onions in. I guess I could take the hamburger meat out of the microwave. So we just picked this up at the grocery store at Walmart. It is market side organic 93.7 grass-fed ground beef. Nothing fancy, just ground. We want to eventually get shares in a beef, or buy a half or a quarter or a whole beef, whatever that looks like. And, you know, where we know the people that raise it up and how it's raised and how it's finished off and stuff. And so that's our goal at one point, you know, coming at some point. And so, but we do the things that we have to do right now. Like even if we were going to start canning things, we would even get into like buy produce at the grocery store and just can that or whatever. So right now we're not there. We're not there for a lot of things, but like I said, one step at a time. So, all right, hold on just a second. Okay, so go ahead and throw these onions in here, and I'm trying not to talk different, but I know that I am, because this microphone right here, it makes me self-conscious. So I'm trying not to talk too loud. Anyway, here's the onions. One set. Two sets. Stir those up. Can y'all smell that? Woo. Getting covered up. Now I can take care of getting the meat ready. So it's already ground. I don't have to do anything to it, but what I like doing is going ahead and cutting it up. Since it's coming from frozen, I want to part it, like cut it into a lot of small chunks so that they come apart even easier when I put it in the pot. So plus that helps with, like, some of it's not completely thawed through. And so it gives me a chance to find where those chunks are, and I can make them smaller so they thaw out even quicker and cook better on the heat over here. So, like I said, nothing fancy. Just the heat will get into these smaller pieces a lot easier than if it were just one big block of meat. So ideally it would have already been thawed out, but you can't beat 4 or 5 minutes in the microwave if it's already frozen. So, all right, I'm gonna check on my onions. All right, oh my gosh, that smells so good. You guys, I wish you could smell it. All right, I'm gonna grab the hamburger meat, slide it off in here. And just stir real quick. And then once I put it in there, what I try to do is just kind of flatten it all out down in the bottom. So it will distribute the heat evenly. Put that back on. Let that go for a little bit. So what's going to happen, it's going to brown, and put the lid back on it. It also helps steam it, and so it just cooks through. Yeah, so we'll let that go. I don't have to worry about it burning or anything because I got the olive oil in there. And yeah, so I'm gonna do a couple things and I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, I am opening the cans that I'm going to use. So I've got some tomato sauce, 2 cans. Sliced stewed tomatoes, 2 cans. And then I'm going to come over here. And this is a bit of a controversy for a lot of people. Not for me, because I know the truth. But when you make chili, do you use beans or do you not use beans? Bam. Bam. I use beans. I use pinto beans and some kidney beans and some black beans. So when I first started making this chili, it was red, white, and black. It was during 4th of July. I didn't have blue beans, and so I used black, and so it's red, white, and black chili. So if y'all don't use beans, that's fine. But don't be telling people beans don't go in chili. I have been keeping an eye on the hamburger meat. Let's take a look. So it is all brown. It is ready to go. So if there are some chunks that aren't completely cooked through, they are going to get cooked through as I cook the rest of the chili. So let's put all the stuff in it. So stewed tomatoes. Tomato sauce. Tomato sauce. Stewed tomatoes. Hold on, I'm gonna have a problem. There we go. I didn't take the lid off. That's the problem. And black beans, because yum. Red beans, kidney beans, because also yum. And pinto or white beans, because also yum. There you go. Give it a stir, get everything mixed together. Now I know what I did wrong. Usually when I make this, I have like a pound of beef and maybe a stick of sausage, or a pound of turkey, or 2 pounds of beef, but I forgot about that and I only put 1 in, and that will be perfectly fine, because with this much stuff, with 3 cans of beans, so 3 cans of beans, 2 cans of stewed tomatoes, and 2 cans of tomato sauce. It really could use 2 pounds of meat, but if you don't like a lot of meat in your chili, then it's fine, because all the rest of it's going to have the flavors in it anyway. So I'm going to let this go for a minute, and then I'll put some of the seasonings in. So for my seasonings, I've got some garlic salt, some black pepper, and some chili powder. Because it's not really chili if you don't have chili powder. And so that's what I got, chili powder. And so I'm just gonna put all this in a little a bowl, mix it all up, and then when I put it in there, it's all evenly distributed, and I'll mix it up. So, and it's nothing fancy. I don't do it any particular way. What spoon I want. I just know that I don't even really do a good measure. 2 of those of the garlic powder. 1, 2, 3 good size of the chili powder. A lot of times I wind up putting more of that in later, but I want to make sure I don't put too much in because you can't take it out, but you can always add extra. And then the pepper. That should be good. I'm not going to put any more in there than that, but so there you go. That is all in there, and I'm gonna mix it up okay a little bit, and whenever I put it on top in the pot, then I'll just mix it in with this spoon so it doesn't get all caked onto what I'm stirring it with. So I have been known in my early cooking days to just throw the stuff in there and just take my time, either take my time stirring it, which then sometimes like a big chunk of it settles to the bottom. And when it does that and the seasoning settles to the bottom, it burns. And then you have to throw the whole thing away. Or I start mixing it up and it gets all caked onto the stir spoon or the spatula or whatever I'm using. And then it's a whole ordeal trying to get it off. And so over the years, I've learned to do things a little bit different in ways that make a little more sense. And so that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm stirring that up and whatnot. So anyway, let's take a look here. So it's not bubbling. It's about to. I can hear it. Oh, there's some bubbles. Okay, maybe it is going to bubble. But I usually like to wait until it does start bubbling before I put the seasonings in, so I will do that. All right, well, let's take a look. All right, that is close enough. Stir it one last time before I put the stuff in, the seasonings in. And I sure am glad you guys appreciate a good professional cooking video. Makes my life worth it. All right. So it looks like a lot, but that's 3 different seasonings. So like I said, I use a spoon, a small spoon, to stir it in. And then once I get it kind of evenly distributed, I can be confident that there's no big clumps and stuff. Then I can go ahead and stir it big. Oops, sorry. All right. Now we will leave that. It will start to simmer. And at some point, it will become chili. All right, guys. So I've taken it off the heat. I have stirred it. It is ready to go. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Like I said, sorry you can't have some. Sorry you can't smell it or taste it or anything like that. But if you want to make some, go back, write down the stuff as I tell you about it. So anyway, you guys, gonna get off here. We're gonna eat some chili. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is you're watching this. And I'll see you on the next video.